Hey, it's Mike Snow with Remax Real Estate, and this video is on 6 tips to finding your perfect neighborhood. Now, this will help for buyers that are trying to determine which neighborhood they feel is best for themselves and their family. And sometimes the neighborhood gets kind of chosen for you if you find the right house. There are some buyers that might be in a time restraint and they won't be able to just maybe find that house in that ideal neighborhood. So this can also work on the other side where if you've already kind of found the house that's best for you, this will just kind of give you an idea of maybe things to look at to kind of get an idea of the neighborhood that you're living within. So the first thought that I have is neighborhood safety, crime stats, right? I mean, everybody wants to live in a neighborhood where you're going to feel safe, where you can, if you leave the garage door open, you don't have to worry about something going missing, or, not that you would, but if you did leave your doors unlocked, you feel comfortable that could happen. So my suggestions there are to kind of get an idea is if you know somebody who already lives in that neighborhood, whether it's a coworker, a friend, just kind of chat with them, get an idea. You can even take a walk through the neighborhood, go take the kids to a playground and kind of chat with some of the other people that are there and kind of get a good sense of the feel for the neighborhood. Another suggestion could be is speaking with the RCMP. You can contact them and let them know about neighborhoods that you're interested in and just trying to get an idea of their thoughts and the calls that they may do on it. And in some municipalities, and I know in Red Deer in my market, there is a crime map that you can access on the city's website, and so that's going to show you the recently reported crimes that are on there, and it can kind of give you a bit of a sense as to how and what's going on in that area, right? The next thing I have would be amenities or things that are sort of close to that are your daily activities. So this could be anything going from like a grocery store or a doctor's office. Coffee shops, gyms, things that you don't want to go too far out of your way, but obviously you require them on a daily basis. And so kind of taking a look to see how close are those things? Are they just a couple minute drive? Are you able to walk there? Could you send the kids to pick something up from the grocery store and still be able to come back without it being too quick? And so all those things could obviously improve that area in where you live. And so public transit would be another one if that's something that you frequent. So knowing the bus system, how it runs through, where's the train station, things of that nature that can assist through. Schools would be the next thing to consider. In Red Deer, the school districts can be a little bit more spread out in some of the newer, more modern areas, and they're a little closer together in the more mature areas. But wanting to know, are my kids going to be walking? Can they walk? Is the bus, if they have to take a bus, are we still within the parameter where we're not having to pay extra for it, and they can do it? It obviously gets cold in the winter. Do we want the kids walking through there? Can they do the bus? How far are we going? So taking into account all those items. The other side of it is looking at, depending on which district they're in, or school system, sorry, public or Catholic. In my circumstance where my neighborhood is, one middle school is relatively close, within walking distance. But in the other system's middle school, it's quite a ways away. Like we're probably looking at about a 10, 12-minute drive. And so it's a lot further. And so those take into account either the school system you're going into or the neighborhood or house that you are choosing. Parks, playgrounds, your green space, and your sort of outdoor activity areas can be not only good for your own self, but as well as resale as well. So what do you have access to? How close are they? In Red Deer, there is a lot of playgrounds and park spaces that are all within walking distance and quite nearby. Great little trail systems for taking the dog out and bike rides and getting close access. The parks offer basketball courts and tennis courts with an ice rink in the winter. And so all those things can be good. How far are they? Are they close by? Is there one near? All those factors can be a good determining factor when you're looking at what neighborhood is going to be best for yourself. And the commute to work. No one wants to be having to do it. Well, not everybody. Some people might want to do the unwind on that drive home, right? But if you are looking for something that's relatively close, taking a work here, then I want my neighborhoods to be within that certain area, right? And so that can be a big account as well. And that may also coincide with the public transit, where those stations are relative to your work, if that's something that comes into play. And then all these things can be kind of researched and done individually, like I mentioned them here. Or you can ask your realtor, right? If you're working with a realtor looking at properties, you can kind of give them the breakdown of the things that are really important to you. and the things that you would like to see, the neighborhoods that would fit matching these things, and they can hopefully kind of line up either that perfect neighborhood, or if they see a house they think could fit, going through that checklist just to make sure, but they can kind of help fill in those blanks of what would be good to match a lot of those things. Another thing you can do is realtor.ca offers a fantastic tool. So on every listing page, you can go to the neighborhood statistics tab, and then it actually has a breakdown within Google Maps, and it shows many categories down to sort of elementary schools, groceries, restaurants, the high schools, right? And it'll give you a ranking score of where those things are relative to that home within that neighborhood. And then it gives you a better idea to kind of see. You can calculate your commute time. It helps really fill in a lot of that information that could answer some of those questions. So I hope that gives you some extra information and kind of fills in some questions on how to find that perfect neighborhood. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message directly or ask in the comments. I'd be happy to help. Have a great day.